Hello, welcome to Shad Life. And wow, it's been a while since I've been able to hit dirt, and I thought I was gonna get this second ride in after I updated the parts a lot sooner, but nope, it took a while. So anyway, now that the weather is playing in our favor, just a quick overview of what I changed on here. I got some Hunt trail wide wheels, 29er front and rear, saved a bunch of weight. I actually changed out pedals to these Shimano XT pedals, much more grippy, and I'm wearing my 510s. And then of course the fork is pretty obvious. This is a much higher end DVO Sapphire fork, D1 as a matter of fact. So yeah, I got it all set up, better tires and so on. So there you have it. And now I'm gonna basically try to go ride the same trails I did before. So I'm gonna head to the South Loop and ride that first. I think Glenwood is closed, at least last I checked, but that trail doesn't matter that much. But I'm gonna then I'll take it over to the North Loop and ride some of the stuff there, and we'll just see if it rides better with some, you know, pretty important updates, because these are kind of the things I complained about the bike: the tires, the wheels being really heavy, and the fork was just a coil fork. This is a good air fork with a bunch of different adjustments and stuff like that. So yeah, let's give it a ride. Gotta be kind of careful in here. There's I mean, all this is trimmings, but with all the rain and storms we've had, you just never know, it might come up on the trail. All right, so the Aventon Ramblas with some upgrades, and I can already like feel a lot more confident on this bike, especially with the tires. It is set up tubeless, and I have it in eco mode, and it just feels like a lot of assist to me. You know, I definitely So Glenwood was closed as I suspected. What's kind of funny is this is a climb. And I'm just like flying right up it. It's just so silly. Cracks me up every time. Having these tires on here make a world of difference. I'm still in eco. I'm okay jumping this bike now because I have much grippier pedals and shoes. And the bike is about 6 pounds lighter than it was before. So probably just a hair under 50 pounds, which is still heavy, but way lighter than it was. I mean, 6 pounds is a lot of weight. So this is the section I'm kind of excited to try out with the updates, especially the pedals and having much better grip on the pedals, because the bike is heavy. When I jump it and stuff, I want that extra, you know, grip on the pedals for when I lift the back wheel and stuff. And this is a section where there's definitely some rollers, and then there's a double jump and stuff. And I know I tried it last time, but I completely just intentionally soft cased the double jump. So I'll be curious to see if I'm actually willing to commit to just trying to clear it. So we'll see. All right, let's do it. No other angles. It's too busy here today for me to stop on the downhill jump line, so I'm just gonna do POV for this section anyway. I'll get some other angles of stuff later. All right, let's see how this goes. Bike definitely rattles a lot. All these tires make a world of difference. Here we go. This is the jump. Yeah, I mean, I committed to jumping. I think I slightly cased it, but I felt comfortable enough to try. See. Here we go. Yeah. Now I actually feel like I can jump on this bike. My feet are solidly planted. All right, now I'm climbing. Oh, it's so nice to have tires that just grab and go rather than sliding all over the place. Oh my gosh. This bike is actually pretty enjoyable now. I'm able to like rail the turns. Yeah. All right. All right, so that drop is coming up. And when I did it the first time, it was so sketchy. This time, it's first, get up some speed. Oh yeah, much better. Oh yeah. Oh, this bike rattles like crazy though. Here's some more down stuff coming up. Let's see how this bike handles this. I actually just recently did this section on my Canyon Spectral 125, so it's kind of like a good comparison. Well, that is full suspension. Oh my gosh, I feel like I can get going too fast on this bike really easily. Oh yeah, because of the power that I put into it. Oh, gotta slow it down a little bit, otherwise. Oh. I mean, it's interesting because it's like the bike will go a couple of cranks. I'm still in eco and I get that power boost and just accelerate, and then got to go into tighter sections. Well, I just got word that I can open the gates to Glenwood, so I'll be the first one to ride it after the gates just opened after all this rain. So cool. All right, we'll see how this is. So this has a big climbing section coming up, so that'll be pretty cool to try out. I mean, this stuff's normally kind of wet, like right here, but the rest seems okay. Cool. Now for the big climb. Actually, because I've been eco all the time, let's just put it in trail for the heck of it. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. I mean, oh, you can see. Yeah, see, I'm having to put the brakes on going in the corners because I'm going faster than you normally would climbing a hill. Funny. Awesome. Take these big berms because oh my gosh, I'm actually glad they held up with all the rain. That's amazing. Sweet. A little bumpy, but they're not all rutted out or anything. Sweet. Oh, can't run that guy over. Hey guy. So since we just dynamited the brakes, these DB8 brakes work really good. Very impressed with them. Probably my biggest gripe about the NX shifter is it only goes one gear at a time when you're going into the easier gear. I'd rather be able to jump through couple of gears at a time. Like, I think most shifters do 3. All right. Oh, that was a little wonky. These, I'm so glad I put these tires on this bike. That's probably the one thing that's making the biggest difference on this bike are the tires. All right, let's go to the North Loop. So what I'm noticing is that when I look down at my speed, I'm going 15-16 miles per hour on a trail that on a regular bike I'm doing 8 or 9 miles per hour, and that's like on a climb. And that's why I'm catching myself getting on the brakes, because honestly the trail isn't designed to be going that speed uphill. Like, they design it to kind of be at a more normal speed. So when I'm going 6 or 7 miles per hour faster than I normally would be, I tend to overcook corners and stuff like that. So you kind of got to be careful. All right, time to take this bike in through the technical tighter trails here and see how it goes. Although I think I want to go back down to eco because the trail is a little too much power. Hey, here's some chunky stuff. Heads up. Yeah, I was afraid to do that last time, that old down. Not this time. Very different, just with these few changes I made. Alright, I'm in eco. This is that rock armor climb. really slippery, but super easy. Oh my gosh, so easy. Here, the north loop here is super tight. Like, kind of don't really get to take advantage of the e-assist too much. Yeah, that rock armor climb is a piece of cake on this bike. So this rear tire, this Continental, I just got because it was at REI. Look at how aggressive that thing is. Wow. And then of course I got a Specialized, which one is that again? Let me look. Butcher on the front, which is also a pretty aggressive tire, but I think this Continental is even more aggressive. And if you're curious to know what model it is, Argotol. I don't know, it's like 80 bucks or something. Seems like a pretty nice tire. It's definitely doing its job here. I'm glad it has good brakes because it definitely needs them. Oh boy. Nice. It's so fun. Oh, one of the things I can tell you right now is if you make a big enough mistake going a little faster on this bike, you're gonna have a hard time recovering. I've had a couple close calls and the weight of the bike just kind of takes over. Wow, picking lines, all that stuff is totally different when you're going that's much faster. You gotta really be on your toes. This probably takes getting used to and learning, you know, kind of how to ride it and stuff. But for me, I'm definitely not used to going these higher speeds and just a lot of these tighter corners with all this weight behind it. Like there, I got out of it. Nice. I mean, yeah, I started with 80% battery and I'm down to 64 and I've ridden almost 8 miles. So one of the things that I could definitely be okay with would be having a much smaller battery. That would take a lot of weight off, because if this had like maybe a 500 instead of a 750 battery in it, I would still have more than enough battery to be playing around like this, but a lot less weight. I think that's probably the way to go. But you know, either way, these upgrades that I did made this a lot better bike, and I'm definitely going to give a lot of credit to going with the tires, bigger tires, 2.6 instead of 2.4, more aggressive tread for sure versus the Recons that were on here. And then they were tubed tires, and the wheels alone, I don't remember what I said. I think I took almost 5 pounds off just and the wheels alone maybe 4 pounds, and then the fork was a couple pounds lighter. So I mean, I shaved a lot of weight off this bike, and there's more you could do. You could get lighter weight cranks, definitely, you know, an upgraded drivetrain, lighter cassette. There's definitely a good 2 to 3 more pounds easier to take off of this bike, and maybe even handlebars and stem. I mean, you could really go nuts, but what it really comes down to though is, let's talk about costs. I paid $2,800 for the bike, right? And I had the fork already, but let's just say I bought all the parts. If you buy the fork, it's a $900 fork, right? And then the wheels I upgraded, $450, right? So pedals $100, right? So, and then the tires $80 each. So you start getting to the price, you might as well just buy a higher end, you know, maybe even full suspension e-bike at that point. It's kind of, you know, because you're looking at easily $4,500 or something like that with this setup the way it is. So there you have it. So there you go. These few upgrades I did to it, though adding quite a bit more cost to the bike, made this bike way more fun. I mean, I could actually push it. It was nice actually having traction on the pedals, a fork that actually, like, you know, was compliant and did exactly what I wanted it to do. And these brakes, which come stock on the bike, are really good. I'm actually impressed with the SRAM DB8 brakes. These are their mineral oil brake, and they're kind of considered their budget brake, but they're a really good budget brake. Don't like the one shifter. Even with an e-bike, I still like to, in tight situations, I like to jam through a bunch of gears to get into an easier gear. But it's more of a brain thing, because I'm used to being able to just go grip. Here I have to just remember that I just gotta rapidly push the button. And there's even more upgrades that can be done on this bike, but you know, at what point do you just think, well, I'll just buy a more expensive bike, maybe even a full suspension bike, right? So yeah, this thing's fun. Definitely had a much better time. I did not expect that it was going to be that much better. I still don't like the weight, but the weight's way more manageable now that it's under 50 pounds, and the bike is way more manageable, and I have gobs of traction with these tires. So just lots of things that made this thing better today, and it's fun. And I actually did get kind of a workout, because I was actually pushing it and going fast. So you're just pushing it and going a lot faster, and you still get a workout. I appreciate your support for my channel. Please like and subscribe. Peace.